to see you guys. You guys are fucking dangerous. Look at this guy. He's got respect for the door.
There's 4 million people coming in.
It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
What is the cost of lies? It's not that we'll mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all.
Why would I have anything to say to you? All you do is wrong.
What else is left but to abandon even the hope of truth and content ourselves instead with stories?
It's the role of good journalism to take on powerful abuses. And when powerful abuses are taken on, there is always a back reaction.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans,
right.
You're saying that's not gain of function?
That is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially.
When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
About is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them. Okay?
Wagwan, blood fam! Welcome to London, home of the English in it. It's a Merry Christmas time. You know that time when all the roadmen, they get together, and the white people, they do that weird thing with the hats and the Christmas and all. My accent be drifting, man, but it's okay. It's a weird, all the white people in London thinking that Father Christmas, came from Europe or something. Everybody know that Father Christmas is actually from Nigeria. Yes, it is the ancient tribe of the Igbo people. Ancient myth. White people, of course, be appropriating everything about Africa, making their own white Christmas. Ha! Black Christmas in the house, man. Down on the mandem. All the people be getting together to celebrate the Black Christmas, just like the original English did. Who is your favorite black king? Mine, of course, is the 14th century Ngubu Ngombayo, who came over to the shores to bring the benefits of black Africa and educate the poor, dumb white men. And, of course, gave them Christmas. Whites, of course, they do not like to talk about this, but everybody know that everything good in England originally came from Africa. Thank you very, very much for that. Welcome back, everybody. It's Monday. It's the 16th. Christmas is nearing, bros. Greetings, from the very, very black city of London, of course. The UK, built, I am assured, by black people. And then, of course, the whites lied, covered it all up in shame. I hope you are all well. Christmas is getting along. Oh, it's getting close, bros. I can smell it. The scent of Santa is in the air. He's coming, bros. He knows when you've been sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He has surveillance cameras everywhere. He's made a deal with Sadiq Khan. He stuck a chip in your head. He knows if you've been bad or good. You've been thinking bad thoughts, thinking good thoughts. So be good, or they'll ship you off to the Christmas gulag, and before you know it, you'll be working in some Chinese factory. Assembling little gigors and, mobile phone batteries and stuff like that. And you wouldn't want that. Now, would you say be good? Be good. Be woke. Have a very, very woke Christmas. Pronouns are he, they, Santa, it, thing. You know, possibly. You know, today, I mean, maybe I'll change them halfway through, right? You know, and you'll just have to keep up with it. And if you don't, that's fucking 10 points off your social credit score. So be careful, bros. Be careful. Santa is watching out for pronoun disrespecters this week. Oh yes, he is. If you disrespect someone's pronouns, you're going on the naughty list. You're going on the naughty list. If you are too proud of your heritage, if you are insufficiently enthusiastic about many, many different ideologies and religion, not Christianity, obviously, you may be on the naughty list and get recorded as having a non-crime Christmas, with a non-crime Christmas incident. You wouldn't want one of those, bros. When Santa looks you up for a DBS check to see whether you've been naughty or nice, he'll find those non-hate crime Christmas incidents up in there. The UK. It's getting better every day, bro. It's getting better every day. Mate, I can't wait until 2025. Only 5 years away from 2030, bros. It's coming. The scent of the Schwablings is everywhere. It's going to be delightful. It's going to be so sustainable, so diverse. I hope everyone's looking forward to it as much as I am. Tonight we have wait, what do we got? Oh yeah. So this is a story so big, essentially it had legs. I have to do a two-part on it. The US drones thing, it's still going on. Unlike most sort of like slop, of which I serve up to my beautiful and wonderful viewers, this slop has legs, bros. It's leggy slop. It's been down at the gym fucking doing leg day. You know, it's got bulgy legs. Rather than just going away, it looks like the drones thing is getting worse. And a bunch of people are now asking about, like, you know, actual, you know, government people, not just the filthy plebs on Twitter that nobody cares about. Even Trump had to address it today in his speech in, I think it was at Mar-a-Lago. People asking him, he's like, the government knows, they absolutely know exactly what's going on. It's a terrible thing. He has allegedly cancelled a trip to New Jersey because of the drones, and everyone's like, what the hell's going on? Are we covering that? Second, we have, what else do we have? I really should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. Oh yeah, so CNN got caught out in another psyop. I know, shocking. They released this footage of this very, very credulous or stupid or reporter breaking this man allegedly out of a Syrian prison, right? The footage just looked fake as hell, right? Now no one can figure out whether CNN like faked this deliberately or whether the guy, who it turns out was actually like a dude working for the Assad government, just crawled in, like, you know, apparently he was in prison for, like, I don't know, extortion or something like that. Just thought that maybe he could, like, get out by, like, you know, gulling this CNN news crew. It's highly amusing, bro. It's just, mate, the quality of Psyops has just declined. This is what happens when you do ideological hiring, bros. See, you know, we tried to warn you. You know, you hire the woke, you're just going to get, like, low quality Psyops. But they didn't listen. They're like, how can we possibly do Psyops if there is a possibility that there might be a Trump supporter somewhere in our studio? They won't give the game away. Well, you know, you played yourself, didn't you? And finally, will the UK rejoin the EU? Well, probably not. I kind of did that thing where, you know, you make like a title of a story and it's deliberately inflammatory, and the answer is like no, but sort of, right? Labour government is in negotiations with the EU at the moment to basically take on like a bunch of their laws and stuff. What will the UK get in return? More migrants, of course. It's a Christmas miracle. More migrants. The one thing, of course, that the UK is very, very short on at the moment. It's delightful. It's delightful, bros. And of course, all of those migrants that the UK have brought in has contributed to just unimaginable wealth and prosperity. Sorry, I've just been informed that actually the UK economy is contracting. It's not a recession yet, bros. It'd have to be, contracting for 2 quarters to technically be a recession, right? You know, they just fudge the numbers, basically. You know, but everything's going great. Everything is going great. Let's say hello to the peoples in the chat. Who we got today on Rumble? Sadie Sapiente, Wyatt's Torch, Ivan the Horrible, Livia Drusilla, Monk UK, Proper Pictures, good to see you, Pled, still don't know how to pronounce your name, man. Total Blackout Painting, Jay Chiva, Loophole, let's see, anybody else? I think that's everybody. Great to see you all, guys. Lovely to see you. warms my heart. On YouTube, we have cool Papa J Magic. Good to see you, mate. The Shade Master. Ooh, I think you're new. Thank you for joining us. Evil Author 1776. Mark Whitehead. Let's see, anybody else? Glenn Llewellyn. Total Blackout Painting. Double teaming it again. And 007. Good to see you, mate. And on Odyssey, we have Total Blackout Painting again. And the Lurkers, of course. And hello to all of the Lurkers. I know you're out there. You don't want to engage in the chat, but I see you in the viewing figures, and that's fine. A Merry Christmas blessing to all of you. Of course, today's meme. To all my Ameribros out there, what kind of American are you? Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays? You don't even know, do you? You don't even know. Definitely my favorite part of that film. Right, let's get on to the news. Let me just find the right window. Okay, here we go. Right, so we start off with another Psyop, bros. I wake up, it's another Psyop. Look, I know I did that joke last week, but it truly is. Waking up, it's another Psyop. The Psyop just never ends. It's the never-ending Psyop. It's like, Willy Wonka's like ever-sucking Psyop. It's like a Psyop that never runs out. You know what I mean? It just changes flavors for you, right? And plus, it's a cute little kitty in a tinfoil hat. Come on, who doesn't like that, right? So, yes, the drones. Drone sightings prompt worries. This is from USA Today. Drone sightings prompt worries, but these theories could explain what's happening. Which Psyop do you want to go with, bros? Ooh. Do we want Psyop number A, Psyop number B, or the biggest Psyop of all? The idea that all this is happening over the continental United States, one of the most watched, most radar-covered places in the entire fucking world, and the US government has no idea what's going on, bros. We've got, we don't know, like... Really, oh, come on. For the last month, New Jerseyans have reported odd lights in the sky. Oh, it's probably aliens, bro. It's not fucking aliens. A rash of reported drone sightings that has attracted the attention of local residents, politicians, and even President Donald Trump. Concerned witnesses have described clusters of lights, saying they look like drones hovering over populated areas around the state. Now, even as sightings have expanded to New York and Maryland, government officials haven't been able to put people's minds at ease. Yeah, that's because they're basically saying no. They're like, we don't know. Wait, is it our job to police the airspace of the continental United States? Whoa. News to me, bro. News to me. I thought it was Santa who was doing that job. No one has, by the way, so far, addressed the possibility that Santa has undergone a sort of molecular fission, right? And hived off into a million sub-Santas, right? And that it is this that is causing all the glowing lights over the United States as Santa, the many Santas and their little glowing noses are over, bringing Christmas joy and cheer and, possibly weapons of mass destruction to everyone, ho, 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 on the eastern seaboard. So what's behind the mysterious drone sightings? Also, there's been some airport shutdowns as well. It's getting worse, bros, is what I'm saying. I really expected this story to just fade off into the land of slop as it does, but it seems, it keeps going. Because these sightings aren't confirmed to be connected, it's possible different sightings have different explanations. Oh, thank you very much, USA Today. Federal authorities have tried to reassure residents that the objects don't appear to be operating nefariously. How the fuck do you know? Excuse me. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security have said such sightings mostly appear to not be drones at all. So this is true. Now that it's out there and, it's in everybody's brain, everyone's looking up in the sky, doing that traditional American thing, pointing their guns. Oh, wait, it's the Eastern Seaboard. Guns are illegal there, so nobody has guns. I guess try that in Florida and Texas and see how far you get. No drone going to fly over my goddamn property. Billy, get the 50 cal. We're going to take that thing around. Make sure you got the tracer rounds mixed in there. So yes, so basically this just keeps going on, right? It's gotten so bad that even President Trump has taken to Truth Social to demand the government give answers. Let the public know, and now, otherwise, shoot them down. Again, what kind of American are you? It's pretty clear what kind of American Trump is. On November 22nd, God, that's a while back, the FAA issued a temporary flight restriction prohibiting drones over Trump's golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey. Well, that was before this all started, so I don't know what you're doing there. USA Today. Drones in New Jersey. Oh, yeah, right. So everyone's got their own like weird theory, Chinese spy balloons, all this kind of other stuff, right? But as I was saying, a lot of people are just reporting what are very clearly planes. I mean, like, look at this, right? As far as I can tell, this is just a plane, right? And why do they all have FAA lights on them, right? Like, if they're super secret spy drones, why have they got the blinking lights on? I don't know, right? Let's see. Is there anything else on it? Yeah, so people are just being like, oh my God, that's a helicopter, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what that is. It's a mysterious light in the sky, bros. It's aliens. Oh, that does look pretty cool with the trails and stuff like that. Maybe that's really maybe the aliens, the real aliens, are the friends that we made along the way, bros. Right? Balls of light. I don't know. Is that it basically, right? It's like a massive sort of UFO craze. Everyone's like posting every sort of like weird thing they have seen in the sky, including this, which is pretty funny. This is actually mainstream news, saying like, oh my God, what is this thing? The observant among you will notice that this is a blurred light. It's actually called, apparently, a bokeh, a B-O-K-E-H. I was not aware of that. That's apparently what it's called, but check it out.
Bill and Sandra, when things like this are happening, it seems everyone starts to look up, like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be, but this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there are so many people looking up and making those recordings because this mystery is one that needs to be solved. For now, we're live here in Mendham Borough. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness.
Now, I'm just saying, right, like this is the same thing that makes stars appear to twinkle, right? This is atmospheric distortion. I mean, unless it's aliens, of course, right? Like, maybe it's the aliens pretending to be like a point source of light that is like distorted by the atmosphere. Hard to say, bros. Hard to say. Is everyone due for a nice Christmas butt probing? That's the real question. You know what I mean, right? Like, I'm sure there are portions of the American population who would just be like, oh, yes, a Christmas butt probing. Oh, it's the miracle. Get in deep there. Next year's Pride Parade is going to have like a bunch of like aliens. Don't discriminate against my alien lover. He's just as valid as everybody else. And of course, there's been other like weird stuff. Apparently some people on Facebook have been reporting that they've been like shining lasers at stuff flying overhead. My husband and I saw one in West Milford about 11:57 p.m. It was very low flying and audible. My husband shined his sniper laser at it, and we watched before our own eyes as it went completely dark and sound ended abruptly. I know the time because I texted my best friend immediately after. And apparently this was a Boston to New York passenger jet. So I mean, that's I mean, I don't know how you would be able to like really sort of, I don't know if it was directly above you, sure you'd just be hitting the bottom of the thing. I don't know, but that's a bit unfortunate. Now onto the more schizo stuff. I love a bit of the schizo. So apparently, bros, people who have been sending up drones to look at the other drones have been discovering that their batteries mysteriously die whenever they get close to these drones. Now, obviously, this means that they are aliens. There is no other possible explanation. I do like the idea that maybe the Americans have developed some new like anti-drone technology that just like shorts the batteries of any drones that get into range. Kind of cool, if true. Big if true, as they say. But, I don't know. So check it out.
They just hover. A little bit over there, a little bit over there, a little bit, but they just hover back and forth.
Wharton, New Jersey resident and Terror Talk podcast host Michael B. has spent the past 2 weeks attempting to see what these peculiar-looking light-up moving dots are in the sky with a drone of his own. But so far, he hasn't had any luck.
The other night, there was, right here over at Picatinny, there was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone. Warning on my screen, you know, lost control, and my drone started going down, dead battery. They just hover. A little bit over there, a little bit over there, a little bit, but they just hover back and forth.
They just hover back and forth. I mean, you know, like, honestly, it would be really interesting if this is just some sort of like massive drone warfare test. And, you know, the military was like, oh, look, fuck it, let's just do it, right? Like, let's just stick a bunch of them up there. And we know all the civilians will stick their drones up there, so we'll be able to, like, see how well it works. I don't know, bros. Again, probably aliens. There's stuff like this going around. So, allegedly, this is, in fact, a holiday light show. I refuse to believe it, bros. I want to believe that this is, in fact, aliens. To be fair, I did look up the video of the Blizzard light show and I couldn't actually see this on it. So, aliens confirmed. Fact checkers BTFO'd, bros.
Someone called the cops on these lights. See, even the police, they're going crazy. Aliens are attacking. The chase.
Sinister, yeah? Look at him. Look at him. Simon JJ, friend of the show in the YouTube chat. I'd say it's military drones being tested. That's just what they want you to believe. Simon, I can't believe you fell for the Psyop. You know, oh my God, don't you know? It's the aliens. They're like, you know, they're diving into the sea to do like nefarious stuff, you know, probably with butts. Now, what's been very, very interesting, right, is watching the way the US government has been dealing with this, right? This has caused a lot of just very, very weird reactions from people in local and state government. This is crazy, okay? So this guy is like a New Jersey state representative, right? Used to be an Apache helicopter pilot, right? He gets like called out to this like security meeting, drives a couple of hours there, and then they just tell him basically completely fuck all. It's crazy.
All right, so you're here today. You were just inside. You walked out. Why?
I walked out because it was worthless. It was the biggest amateur hour presentation I've ever seen about anything, okay? It was ridiculous. There were no answers. Every question that was asked by a member of the state legislature, great questions, no answers, no resolution. They don't know where the drones are coming from. They don't know who's doing it. They don't know why they're doing it, but they say there's no credible threat. It was annoying to be there. I drove 2 hours to be here today, spent an hour in there. I got to drive 2 hours back. The biggest waste of 5 hours in my entire life.
So why do you think they called this meeting?
No idea. Why would you call a meeting to tell people you don't know anything? I have no idea. And then when the legislators would ask questions, there were no answers. Here's the most frustrating part. The colonel of the state police said that he had a helicopter of his flying over above one of these drones, a 6-foot drone or something, I can't remember exactly what he said. And he felt unsafe for his helicopter, so he just let it go. Just let it go. Where'd it go? Who knows? You know, didn't want to follow it because you didn't feel safe. Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard?
Honestly, this reminds me of 9/11, right? Like not the buildings coming down, but like, you know, the lead up and all the excuses afterwards when they're like, so why didn't you shoot down any of these like planes once you saw them? You know, they're like, oh well, you know, we couldn't. Cheney wouldn't let us. It was you know, it was all very, you know, mysterious. You're like, really, bros?
I mean, honestly.
Do they have any idea where these drones are originating?
No, they don't. They would. Maybe if they followed that sucker to when it landed, they would know, but they don't. This is a complete lack of effort, in my opinion, on trying to figure this out. This is not about ability. We have the technology, we have the people, we have the training, we have the resources, we have the money. It's just a lack of effort. I mean,
why?
I don't know. They should be saying, you know what they should have done today with productive use of our time if they didn't know anything? Come in there and say, hey, legislators, we don't know anything. But if you get us these 10 things, do these 10 things for us, and the governor calls in this kind of action, we can figure it out. Will you help us? And then we would have helped them. But instead it was just excuse after excuse and we know nothing. It was infuriating, and I got up and I walked out.
You've been in the service, right?
Yeah, I was an attack helicopter pilot, Apache helicopter pilot in the Army, and I helped stand up the initial unmanned aircraft training battalion in the aviation sector of the Army. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, and these guys are not doing the job they need to do to figure out what's going on, and that is the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the state police.
And they're saying no threat to Americans.
They're saying no threat, but how the hell do they know? They don't know anything. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it come from. They don't know nothing. When I walked in here today, I was actually pretty calm. I was excited to be here to find out a couple things. I thought they'd be like, hey, listen, it's FedEx, trying to figure it out. But instead, I got the most ridiculous amateur hour briefing I've ever sat through.
Now, I mean, I'm not sure I believe this guy. Right next, he's going to tell us that the government actively lies to people. Honestly, I can't believe that, bros. So yeah, look, it's very, very clearly some kind of Pentagon deep state thing. It's above your pay grade. This is New York Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis also talking about this. So it's been a big story. It's basically grown in size.
What is happening is outrageous. Thousands of drones and unmanned aerial systems flying above us, and our government is not telling us who's operating them and for what purpose. I don't believe that the United States of America, with its military capabilities, does not know what these objects are. And what I'm asking, and what we're all asking, is for you to be straight with us and just tell us what is going on. As Vito says, this is creating havoc. People are confused, they're concerned, they have anxiety, they don't know what's going on.
Man, it's a good thing that no one ever came up with the idea that the best way to control the population is to make them fearful and anxious, right? I mean, imagine if that was the thing, bro. Good thing, that it doesn't work that way. Now, of course, head of the DHS, Alejandro Mayorkas, /Vey, was like, nah, bros, there's nothing to worry about. Just like the border, everything's under control. This lying motherfucker.
Let's bring in Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Mr. Secretary, thank you for joining us this morning. Can you clear up the confusion here?
Absolutely, George, and thank you very much for having me. There's no question that people are seeing drones, and I want to assure the American public that we in the federal government have deployed additional resources, personnel, technology to assist the New Jersey State Police in addressing the drone sightings. Some of those drone sightings are, in fact, drones. Some are manned aircraft that are commonly mistaken for drones, and we do see duplicative reporting. But there's no question that drones are being sighted. Let me set the record straight here, George. There are thousands of drones flown every day in the United States. Recreational drones, commercial drones. That is the reality. And in September of 2023, the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, changed the rules so that drones could fly at night. And that may be one of the reasons why now people are seeing more drones than they did before, especially from dawn to dusk. And so that is the reality. But I want to assure the American public that we are on it. We are working in close coordination with state and local authorities. And it is critical, as we all have said for a number of years, that we need from Congress additional authorities to address the drone situation.
And there it is, bros. Everything's fine, but, the DHS needs more powers. Imagine that, bros. Oh, I believe I heard entropy go off. Oh my God, total blackout painting for $50. $50? Thank you so much, mate. Here, have a love heart and a dancing girl. Wait, let me turn off the NPC guy. Terrible, come on. Right, thank you very much. Total blackout painting, $50. Shekels, my nigga, Shekels. Merry Christmas, my dude. Thank you very, very much, Total blackout painting. I very, very much appreciate it, as does the cute anime dancing girl. She tells me how much she enjoys big tippers, bros. It's her biggest turn on. If you would like to date this awesome anime sticker girl. She's very, very lovely in person. You can just send Christmas gifts, monies, Christmas cheer to the Entropy link. It's pinned in all of the chats. That would be awesome. Buy some like Christmas presents or a nice eggnog or something like that. Right. Let's get on with the show. So yes, Mayorkas is like, don't believe your eyes, right? Like, there's nothing unusual. They were always there, right? Like, you just, fucking, it's fine. It's all fine, right? But we do need more powers.
Our authorities currently are limited, and they are set to expire. We need them extended and expanded.
What exactly do you need?
We want state and local authorities to also have the ability to counter drone activity under federal supervision. That is one important element that we have requested, and we've heard it echoed by the state and local officials themselves.
Well, there you go. I mean, look, if you can't trust Alejandro Mayorkas, who can you trust, bros? And this story has reached the peak, bros. Presidente Trump, El Trumpo Presidente, even addressed it today at Mar-a-Lago.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey and ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people. And they should, because the people are really, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Will you shoot them down?
They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Have you been?
Do you have any reason to think they're a threat?
Mate, even Trump's like, they know what it is, right? And he's right. Like, come on, right? Now, let me see. What the hell is this? Right, so yes, it turns out that the drones have shut down an airport in New York as well. This is a bit of like a CBS News story on this.
Drone sightings force a local airport to shut down, the mounting frustration over the mystery in the sky. Good evening, I'm Jessica Moore. The number of drone sightings across the tri-state area has been growing over the last 2 weeks, with more than 3,000 reports in New Jersey alone. And with no indication the sightings are coming to an end, local and state officials are becoming increasingly impatient for answers. As Alicia Reed explains, they also want authorities to destroy any drones that may be considered a threat.
It's smooth sailing at New York Stewart International Airport Saturday night, unlike the nearly hour-long delay the evening prior after a drone in the airspace stopped all flights.
It's always a nuisance.
Drones have been spotted throughout the tri-state since mid-November. The FBI says they've received about 5,000 leads since then.
It's not good.
Only about 100 have led to action by the FBI. In a statement, Governor Kathy Hochul says in part, this has gone too far. She's calling on Congress to pass a bill that will strengthen the FAA's oversight of drones and give select state and local law enforcement agencies the right to detect, track, or even destroy unmanned aircraft systems.
And there you have it, bros. That's the most likely explanation. They want tougher laws. Apparently, the current laws that they have expire on December the 20th, so they need a thing. Now, I just thought I would point out, in case you guys haven't been keeping up with the latest in drone tech, this is the Terrodynamics XP4. Apparently, the US government has ordered thousands of these things. They are a sort of fixed-wing / VTOL drone. They're huge. Check it out.
At Terradynamics, we believe that advanced air mobility can change the world for the better. We founded Terradynamics to bring the world our patented transwing VTOL aircraft design that folds its wings during flight to transition between rotorcraft and fixed-wing configurations.
So, pretty impressive, that. Now, there is another sort of like thing going around the internet. Captain Crisps, hey man, touched on it. Basically, someone came out and said, in his opinion, these drones are basically full of radiation detectors that are going around trying to find something on the East Coast. Some people are saying that, there might be like a lost nuke or something like that. The lack of disclosure is damaging public trust. So this story broke today. There was a medical device containing radioactive material that was lost in transit in New Jersey. And everyone says, is that it? No, it really, really isn't. It's just these really, really tiny medical isotope, gallium isotope sources that really don't have much radiation. So unless it is a nuke, and I'm not really sure, how much radiation does a nuke give out, right? Or, are they expecting a dirty bomb? Nobody knows, bros. It's, and Scott Adams, of course, came out with a particularly good take here, basically saying that we are expecting a drone war soon, and it would make sense to train a bunch of drone pilots. They need to train them in urban environments because that's where this is going to be happening. They need to be training them at night because most of the missions will be at night. So it's probably likely that what is in fact going on is that there's a massive training push to get as many drone pilots as possible. And they're doing it over urban areas, and that's why they're not saying anything about it. So there you go. You're all caught up on the drone stories, bros. White Torch, you think they'd have some cover story prepared? Yeah, you would. But it might just raise more questions than, I don't know. I've got no idea. It might tip off the enemy. That someone might be like, wait, what, is World War III actually happening? And everyone be like, yes, it's bloody happening. God, fucking aren't you paying attention? No. Not World War III. Yeah, well, you don't get a choice, mate, right? If it was the population who decided whether or not we're going to go to war, you get many, many less wars. But of course, that's not how it works. Speaking of psyops, I demand better psyops from the psyoper-in-chief, CNN. Of course, CNN was famous for the original psyop that was the Iraq War. Such a media operation that it famously prompted Michel Baudrillard to write a book saying the Iraq War did not take place, basically alluding to the fact that what most of the domestic American audience and the rest of the West saw on the TV was so incredibly far removed from what was actually going on the ground, you could argue that it was a complete simulacra and fabrication. Now, this is CNN. Basically, they're in Syria. This woman, what's her name? What is her name? I forget her name. She's basically like, oh my God, right, we freed this guy from a Syrian prison. It was amazing, the brutality of the Assad regime. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there was a fair bit of brutality going on there, to be perfectly honest. Everybody saw this and was like, this has got to be fake. But it's not just fake, there's apparently more. So, check this out, bros. This is a totally real thing that absolutely happened, bros. This guy, he's been in a prison cell for 3 months. I just like to say, I'm not making light of people in prison in harsh conditions. This is clearly a psyop.
I'm a civilian, he says. I'm a civilian. He tells the fighter he's from the city of Homs and has been in the cell for 3 months. Okay, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. He clutches my arm tightly with both hands. Okay. Does anyone have any water? Water.
Gives him a little kiss on the forehead. I just like to point out, by the way, that this reporter, I forget her name, she does speak Arabic, right? Like, you know, she's obviously, oh, you know, you're okay, presumably just for the people watching, basically, because if she was just speaking Arabic, I don't know, they'd have to put like subtitles on or something.
بدي اشرب مي. مي. Okay, it's water. Okay, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. We start to walk him outside. Thank God you are safe. Don't be afraid, the fighter says. You are free. This is the third prison they brought me to, he says. The third prison. After 3 months in a windowless cell, he can finally see the sky.
Now, I just want to point out here, right? If you've been in a windowless cell for 3 months, you're not going to be like staring up at the sky. Your eyes are going to be like all messed up. Not only that, he looks like clean, relatively well shaven. This is such a freaking psyop. Honestly, I can't believe it.
انت حر الله ضو روح روح يلا حد اعصابك
My God, the light, he says. Oh God, there is light. My God, there is light.
Okay. روق
Stay with me, stay with me, he repeats again and again. For 3 months, I didn't know anything about my family, he says. I didn't hear anything about my children.
Anyway, so some people did some digging. Who is this guy? And it turns out, wait, where is it? So a Syrian fact-checking platform. Okay, I'm not really into fact checkers, but this is going around Twitter. This guy is allegedly they couldn't find official records of an individual named Adel Gabal, which was the name that he gave. However, after investigating in Homs, they discovered that this guy's real name is Salama Mohammed Salama, a former first lieutenant in the Assad regime Air Force Intelligence, one of the most notorious branches of Assad's regime, known as Abu Hamza. He is often found in the Al-Bayadeya neighborhood, one of the largest neighborhoods in the city of Homs, specifically on Al-Zubair Street at the western entrance of the neighborhood, heading a notorious security checkpoint. According to the locals, he was responsible for several security checkpoints in Homs and was involved in extortion and controlling people's livelihoods. He was recently imprisoned due to a dispute over profits with a higher-ranking officer, leading to his detention in a Damascus prison. In addition to his horrific story, Salama, since his return to Homs after the fall of the regime, has been attempting to gain the sympathy of the locals, convincing them that he was forced to do everything he did, including killing, terrorizing, and engaging in thuggery. The VE Syria platform team also learned that he deactivated his social media accounts and changed his phone numbers. So it looks like basically he was part of the Assad regime and he was like, I don't know, hiding out in the cell. I mean, it's weird, right? Like, I mean, look at the size of this room, right? This is not an individual cell, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway, right? Like, I just wanted to point out that this particular journalist, what the hell is her name? I forget her name. Clarissa Ward, right, is also famous for, you know, let's say faking or embellishing other things. Here is her in Israel, basically acting like she is under fire. Apparently the rounds were like falling kilometers away, but, you know, it doesn't really matter.
Clarissa is on the ground right now. Clarissa, tell us what's happening.
Stand by.
Hi, John. So forgive me, I have a slightly unelegant position, but we have just had a massive barrage of rockets coming in here, not too far from us. So we have had to take shelter here by the roadside. We're just about 5 minutes away. Gaza is in that direction. We can hear now a lot of jets in the sky. We could also hear the Iron Dome intercepting a number of those rockets as they were whizzing overhead and making impact in that direction, not too far from here. We came to this location because this was ground zero for this entire operation of carnage. Hamas militants came on a pickup truck. This was the first place where they breached that border wall and they basically drove down this strip, just spraying lead wherever they went. We saw, in fact, I was just grabbing it before that happened and we had to hit the deck, but heavy weaponry being used. It's saying we can get up now. Where are we moving to? Sorry, just 1 second, guys. Okay.
Just come up and go this way and then...
All right, so now I can show you the scene here. This is where those militants first came.
Look at the devastation, bros. My God. As far as the eye can see, bomb craters everywhere. It's just a normal street. Bloody hell. And, of course, this incredible clip. You got to wonder whether it's her or her Mossad handlers. Okay, like to be fair, right? It might just be her Mossad handlers, and they're like, oh, here's a really, really like credulous like white bitch. So here she's being shown the aftermath of a suspected chemical weapons attack. I believe this is in Syria.
And there's definitely something that...
Supposedly, right, this is the aftermath of a sarin attack, right? Now, if you know anything about fucking chemical weapons, right, sarin is incredibly deadly. It is odorless, right? And if you have people who've been overcome by it, right, you have to, like, section them off because the sarin will actually vent from the body. So the last thing you got to do is just like, ooh, nerve agent. Oh, I feel a bit tingly, bro. Fucking hell.
Stings. These backpacks belong to Malaz and Masaf, 7-year-old twins from Duma. They're a little shy, hesitant. We smelled something, Malaz says. Their mother Nur tells us they remember everything vividly. They were hiding in a basement when the alleged chemical weapons attack in Duma took place. They could barely breathe. She felt her body go limp. She clawed her way up, dragging her daughters. But then the other strikes began. We were between two deaths, she remembers, either from the chemical strikes or the others on the rooftop.
Okay, I mean, look, I hate to fact check Alex Jones here. Oh no, it's Paul Joseph Watson. My recollection is actually that the chemical attacks in Duma, were chlorine gas, not sarin. So that would invalidate my earlier chuckle. Chlorine would dissipate and you would probably be able to smell it. Although the fact that it is, right next to someone's like washing up bleach, I don't know. Anyway, right? I demand better Psyops, bros. Let's see, what else have we got here? Of course, not content to do the usual Psyop, this is some footage of, this is a bit old, this is just before the whole Syria thing happened, where they're basically sort of like whitewashing the new head of HTS, Al-Jolani, doing a very, very respectful interview. Imagine if they interviewed Trump as respectfully as they interview this guy.
Able to do this now.
In recent years, there has been a unification of internal opinions and the establishment of institutional structures within the liberated areas of Syria. This institutionalization included the restructuring within military factions. They entered unified training camps and developed a sense of discipline. This discipline allowed them, with God's guidance, to engage in a battle in an organized manner. The progress and execution of plans have been swift, with clear communication and adherence to commands. They stop where they should stop and withdraw where they should withdraw. The revolution has transitioned from chaos and randomness to a state of order, both in civil and institutional matters and in military operations.
Able to do this now.
So yeah, we did do it. We did run an insurgency, right? But we were like the right kind of insurgencies, right? Don't worry, bros. He's turned over a new...
Listening to you speaking, you've gone through quite the transformation. Once an Al-Qaeda leader, your group has had affiliations with Al-Qaeda, with ISIS, and now you are projecting this image of a moderate leader and a moderate group. What is HTS right now?
Hayat Tahrir al-Sham is one of the factions in the region, just like all the others. Now we're talking about a larger project. We're talking about building Syria. Hayat Tahrir al-Sham is merely one detail of this dialogue.
So yeah, I mean, look, I did used to be with Al Qaeda, right? But that's in the past, right? When we were America's enemy, it was not, now we are America's friend. Shortly, I will move to London. Now I just want to play this clip just to cap this section off, right? This is Patrick Clawson, a US foreign policy insider, just, talking about how you start a war with Iran.
I frankly think that crisis initiation is really tough. And it's very hard for me to see how the United States president can get us to war with Iran. Which leads me to conclude that if, in fact, compromise is not coming, that the traditional way of America gets to war is what would be best for U.S. interests. Some people might think that Mr. Roosevelt wanted to get us into World War II, as David mentioned. You may recall we had to wait for Pearl Harbor. Some people might think Mr. Wilson wanted to get us into World War I. You may recall he had to wait for the Lusitania episode. Some people might think that Mr. Johnson wanted to send troops to Vietnam. You may recall he had to wait for the Gulf of Tonkin episode. We didn't go to war with Spain until the until the Maine exploded. And may I point out that Mr. Lincoln did not feel he could call out the Federal Army until Fort Sumter was attacked, which is why he ordered the commander at Fort Sumter to do exactly that thing which the South Carolinians had said would cause an attack.
So what he's saying there, right, basically, is that the traditional way that the US goes to war is that they allow some kind of thing to happen, which then gives them an excuse to go to war so they can look like the good guy. And that when it comes to war with Iran, it would be much better if this is the way they continued to do it.
So if, in fact, the Iranians aren't going to compromise, it would be best if somebody else started the war. One can combine other means of pressure with sanctions. I mentioned that explosion on August 17th. We could step up the pressure. I mean, look, people, Iranian submarines periodically go down. Someday one of them might not come up. Who would know why? We can do a variety of things if we wish to increase the pressure. I'm not advocating that, but I'm just suggesting.
I'm not advocating that, but if one of their submarines were to go missing, who could say? Fucking hell, man.
That this is not a either-or proposition of, it's just sanctions has to succeed or other things. We are in the game of using covert means against the Iranians. We could get nastier at that.
Yes, yes, you could. Anyway, our final story of the night. Turns out, bros, that importing infinity migrants, crimping your energy supply, and raising taxes to the moon has not been producing economic growth. Millions of economists at the moment are being paid millions and millions of dollars to figure out this incredible mystery, and it is a mystery. Don't worry, there will be a big data analysis coming out in a year or so to figure out the fundamental question of why high taxes, crimping your power supply, shooting energy prices through the roof, and raising taxes sky high does not induce economic growth. Who would have fucking thunk it? Yes, it turns out that the UK GDP fell by 0.1% in October 2024 compared to September, but it's grown 0.1% in the last 3 months when compared to the previous 3 months. Wow! Now, this is such a small change, right, that you could easily cover it by fudging the numbers. The truth of the matter is that the UK economy is basically flatlined or declining, and they're just basically sort of trying to cover it up at the moment, right? Now, this has led to some questions about what is going to happen with Brexit. Starmer, of course, being the good little communist fuckbag that he is all like, "Oh, mate, the EU, we gotta rejoin the EU. So then we'll have an excuse to do all the stuff that we want to do. And when anyone complains, you can be like, oh, well, we don't want to control social media, bros, right? It's just, the EU sort of demands it, bros. There's nothing we can do, really. And the EU has basically said, if you want to rejoin the single market or some fucking like shit, you're going to have free movement again. Yay, more migrants. The one thing that we don't have enough of. There's going to have to be more fishing. And apparently the EU believes it is now the right opportunity to press its case for concessions from Britain. Yes, they smell blood in the water, bros. And, a socialist government is always going to make it easier. More migrants, more, education, all this kind of other stuff. I'm sure the EU would love to get rid of some of their migrants by saying, hey, why don't you go and study in the UK, right? Oh, my God, we've already got so many goddamn migrants here. It's insane. The bloc's 27 member states have shown strong support for free movement for students. Yeah, I bet they have. They're like, how the hell are we going to get rid of all these people? I know, why don't we pay them all to go to the UK? Oh, God. So, again, the UK isn't going to rejoin the EU per se. We'll just, have to obey their laws without having any input into what those laws are. The best of all possible worlds, right? Oh, awesome. Fishing rights, animal health. So, all their sustainability crap we'll have to do. I don't know, the official arrangements for managing illegal migration. And what does that mean? What, France will, stop like 2,000 people coming over the channel and, 100,000 will come like on student visas. Awesome. Oh, I can't wait, bros. And also, there's been a big push for local council reform for reasons, right? Not gerrymandering at all. It turns out that so a bunch of these local elections are going to be cancelled and won't be happening until 2026, 2027. The fact that this is going to be in a lot of places where reform is ascendant is absolutely just a coincidence. What are you talking about, right? This has apparently happened before, though. When they rejig councils and they mash them together and they redraw the lines, it cancels some of them out. Now, let me just see, by the way. Okay, hang on. I've just got this thing I want to play you as well. Excuse me. Speaking of the EU, I believe this is new. This, of course, is Ursula von der Leyen basically saying that, mate, we got to control social media. We got to control it really, really hard. It's terrible, the power that these platforms have. More influence from the EU, of course, means more of this crap from in the UK.
What is illegal offline should be illegal online too. And we want the platforms to be transparent about how their algorithms work. Because we cannot accept that decisions that have a far-reaching impact on our democracy are taken by computer programs alone. We want it clearly laid down that internet companies take responsibility for the manner in which they disseminate, promote, and remove content. We need to contain this immense power of the big digital companies, because we want the values we cherish in the offline world also to be respected online.
What are those values, Ms. von der Leyen? Would these be the values of limited rights, control of speech, hate speech laws, the restriction of democratic input to those to whom your politics align, like that kind of stuff? Any of that kind of stuff? I think this must be old, right? I mean, this came up on my timeline. I think this must be old. Allegedly spurred on by fake news and conspiracy theories, bros, and definitely not a whole shitload FBI confidential human sources in the crowd. No. Misinformation was the problem, bros.
The storming of the Capitol came as a shock to me. I mean, we are always quick to say democracy and values, they are part of our DNA. And that's true. But we must know.
I just knew there was a but coming up. We are in favor of all of those good things and human rights. But
nurture our democracy every day and defend our institutions against the corrosive power of hate speech, of disinformation, fake news, and incitement to violence. And in a world where polarizing opinions are the loudest, it is a short step from crude conspiracy theories to the death of a police officer.
do you think we should regulate social media? They're not asking you. The way this is framed, do you, as a citizen of the EU, think that we should regulate social media? Like they're asking you, right? Like they give a fuck what you think. Well, we're gonna do it anyway, but we're gonna present it as though we're taking your opinion into account before we do the thing that we've already decided that we're going to do. Fuck. Anyway, it's enough of the news, bros. It is time for some cringe. And I got a very nice, Doge Christmas meme for you. This one. Such holiday. Wow, very spirit, very much excite. Santa and bell jingles. Ah, so cute. So cute. Right, let me just get the right window here. Okay. So, oh my god, this is so cringe. I can't believe it. This is Ketanji Brown Jackson, one of the US Supreme Court justices. Okay, right? She is the one who, when being confirmed, could not define what a woman was because she was not a biologist. Well, it seems that her dream, apart from being a Supreme Court justice, was to be on Broadway. And now, bros, now she has fulfilled her wish in the trans woke production of Romeo and Juliet. Mate, look, they should just attach a turbine to Shakespeare's grave and just harvest all the energy from him spinning at 5,000 rotations a second. This is just, oh my god, check this out.
Female empowerment. Sick. I like it too. I think what I like about it is that I am having a very strongly negative reaction to it. Like I hate it. Which makes me think it must be brilliant.
Got this feeling in my body. Can't stop the feeling. Got this feeling in my body. I can't stop the feeling.
I did it. I made it to Broadway.
Come on. I'm not a girl, don't tell me what to believe. I'm just trying to find a woman in me.
Hi, I'm Justin David Sullivan. I use the pronouns he, she, and they, and I play Juliet's best friend, May.
While I'm in between.
May goes on a journey of self-discovery, finds love, and explores their gender identity.
I am fiercely proud that there are characters in this show that are in conversation with queer representation and what it means to find love in a way that perhaps is often seen as unconventional.
Ha! Gay! Yes, now, I just want to pause on this point. I think that one of the underappreciated ways that certain groups control those in power, right, is by finding out what their dreams are and giving it to them, right? So Ketanji Brown Jackson has always had a dream of being on Broadway, and certain people are like, well, I could make that happen for you, you know, we'd love to have you on Broadway, you know, like, we're very good people, don't you know? And these dreams, right, I think are a tremendous motivational sort of tool to get sort of these ideological people on side. Never forget the amount of influence you can wield by fulfilling people's dreams. Now, breaking news. Looks like Justin Trudeau may be on the verge of resigning. We can only hope and pray. Apparently, Dogmeat Singh, the Sikh opposition leader, who is probably going to be his replacement and import, 2 million more Jeets, the one thing, of course, that Canada is very, very short of, has basically said that all options are on the table, but they're not going to do a no-confidence vote. Anyway, I found this clip. This is such a bloody giveaway. Listen to this bullshit.
Now, it shouldn't be that way. It wasn't supposed to be that way. We were supposed to be on a steady, if difficult sometimes, march towards progress.
Yes, bros, we were supposed to be on a steady but difficult march towards progress. How's that going, Justin? Oh, it's progressing. It's progressing so well.
And yet, just a few weeks ago, the United States voted for a second time to not elect its first woman president. Everywhere, women's rights and women's progress is under attack, overtly and subtly. But I want you to know that I am, and always will be, a proud feminist. You will always have an ally in me and in my government.
Yeah. Gay! Oh my god, I hope he resigns. But as someone was saying, Dogmeat Singh might actually be even worse. Now, US legacy media bros, they're having a bit of a melty. It turns out that ABC had to pay Donald Trump $15 million, not directly to him, but to his presidential library project, to settle a defamation suit. And Brian, Mr. Living Human Cue Ball Stelzer himself, he's very, very concerned, bro. Much concern.
Not the case, but I just feel, and I wonder how you feel about that aspect of all of this. I mean, to me, it seems this is a time for our industry to stand firm, and we're going to have a very important job to do. And that's not putting us on a pedestal or anything like that, but we're going to have a very important job to do, because Trump is not going to change his ways when he gets back in the Oval Office. He's going to continue to say things that need to be fact-checked. And you can't have the news industry worrying about this sort of stuff when they're just simply doing their jobs.
Well, if some bend the knee, others have to stand up straighter. You know, the former Time magazine editor Richard Stengel said this morning, Trump has sued dozens of publications and media outlets in the past, trying to, quote, intimidate the press into self-censorship, not to actually win any particular case.
Just a question, Mr. Lispy Queer. How many cancellings did you take part in? How many careers and lives have you destroyed at CNN, branding people racist or far right? I'm not getting a reply, bro. It's okay when we do it. These were bad people. We're the good people, bros.
He did win, in this case, with a big payment. But that broader concern about self-censorship is one that I know many viewers and readers are worried about. And ultimately, Jim, as you know, we work for them. We work for the viewers.
Ha! Ha! Well, I mean, look, I hate to say it, bros, but the viewers aren't all that into you. Right? Like, you just, they're just not feeling it anymore. We work for you, bros. Yeah, right.
Not for anybody else.
That's right. All right, Brian Stelter, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Well, there you go. Much concern, bros. Much concern. Here is Mark Rutte, the ex-Prime Minister of the Netherlands and World Economic Forum bumboy, who is now the head of NATO, saying that, look, we've got to have a war, bros, right? Things might be bad, but you got to give more money to the war. Of course, we may have to cut social programs, but, it's for a war, and we really need to have the war, bros.
I know spending more on defense means spending less on other priorities. But it is only a little less. On average, European countries easily spend up to a quarter of their national income on pensions, health and social security systems. We need a small fraction of that money to make our defenses much stronger and to preserve our way of life.
Yeah, okay. What else we got? Oh, more Ursula von der Leyen talking about how many more vaccines we need.
A better world also means a healthier world. And vaccination is our best chance to do this. Vaccines have saved millions of lives in the past 50 years. But right now, millions of children are still at risk. They need vaccines. So we must continue to support vaccination around the world. And today, I am pleased to pledge $290 million for Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance. Each child should be...
Look at that goddamn sign. Demand communism. Demand communism, bros, and vaccines are how we're going to get to the communism.
Protected. And more will come. Together with Gavi, we have the goal to vaccinate 500 million children by 2030. Europe will do its fair share. You can count on us, my friends.
Always 2030. You know, the great Maoist 10-year plan. Wait, what's this? A little bit of Christmas cheer for the Ukrainians. They have military recruiters dressing up as Santa Claus now. Fucking hell.
Magic moments when two hearts are caring. Magic moments.
Bro, just going to like Christmas shopping and the Santa's like suddenly like, get to the front. Right, enough of the cringe. We got some like funny stuff for you now. Sete Sapiente sent me this. This is really good. Thank you.
We got to celebrate our differences. We got to celebrate our differences. Ooga booga doo, ooga booga doo. We got to celebrate our differences. Nacho taco, chimichanga. 'Cause it's beautiful when the whole world sings together.
This is really funny too.
If you comment some horse shit, I'm not gonna take you serious. If you comment some dumb shit, I'm not gonna take you serious.
Ignore the haters, keep your chin up, bro. Pros built like the Snapchat logo. How evolve this town, cease never owned a time. Necklace behavior until next time. Can't wear a necklace because he is necklace. What neck of the woods are you from? This guy ain't sticking his neck out for no one. This is the guy who can survive a car crash. Is that nipple on your neck or your chest? Bros never get choked out in a jiu-jitsu match. Master for head and shoulders with the neck rolls. Project Graham, look it up, buddy, immune to uppercuts. Dude is a whole new race of people. Mexican, allergic to headlocks, neck reveal. Shut it! Shut it!
This is pretty good too.
Can I get partial credit for this question? See, most of my work was right, but then I accidentally dropped a negative sign here, and that's why I got it wrong.
Yeah, I'll give you some points on that.
Your blood alcohol content is a 0.24. That's a DUI.
Well, that technically means that 76% of my blood does not have alcohol in it, meaning I think I should get partial credit for sober driving.
What?
Maybe just like a fine or something, because I've got most of it right.
No, you're going to jail, buddy.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I found your missing dog. I believe there's a $100 reward.
Snickers is dead!
True. That's why I think partial credit would be appropriate. I would take, $50.
There's a bullet hole in his head.
Well, yeah, you said it's like dead or alive.
You don't get that it's not dead or alive. You don't get money if you kill the dog and bring him to my house, okay?
You said you were looking for your dog.
You actually get arrested for that. That's actually stuff you get arrested for.
The poster did not say alive.
You cheated on me?
Well, no, I think I should only get partial credit for cheating because it was just head.
That's full cheat.
Congratulations on your baby boy. I feel like I deserve some credit here, specifically half credit.
You did 10 seconds of work. I did 9 months.
This is just about as much my baby as it is your baby.
What else have we got here? Oh, mate. I was going to play the full interview of this, but it's like 8 minutes long. This is hilarious.
I don't hate Jews. I'm critical of them, but I don't hate them. That doesn't mean that I'm anti-Semitic. You wore a Nazi armband. That doesn't make me a hater. Whoever said you had to be white to be a National Socialist, you don't have to be white. It could be anybody.
You know 6 million Jews were killed.
I have no comment on that right
Oh, mate, the full interview is amazing. This is like black National Socialist in America. It's just insane. Right, we got some like Christmas stuff.
I think this is a man's watch.
I got a juicer. Oh! So now I can just like put my fucking, I can just put my balls in here, just.
It's gonna be me on Christmas Day. Is that what this is?
So I just got myself a Google Home, and I've been having a blast playing around with it. Hey Google, tell me a fun fact.
Despite making up 13% of the population, blacks commit...
Google, no!
Google, no! Oh, this is freaking great. Check this out.
Good morning. Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? You are gay. Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? You are gay. Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? You are gay. Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? You are gay.
I don't know if that's like original from. Oh man, that was great. All right, cute animals now. Enjoy.
What are you doing?
Oh my god, you are so cute.
Hi. I'm gonna be home soon, okay?
Oliver. Hi, boy. Ali. Kitty, 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 kitty. Are you in my room? Ollie.
Papa.
¿Algún problema, estúpida?
Piper. Piper. Hi, baby. I'll be home soon, okay?
Zara.
Kitty. Little baby.
You saying hi to whoever's in the camera?
Camera recording.
Aw. What else have we got here? Raccoon on a Roomba.
All my friends know the low rider. The low rider is a little higher.
Oh, what the music cuts? Oh, that's a very, very badly curated video. Right. What else we got? Oh, cute papa. Aw. Don't know what this is. Aw. Christmas dogs.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells time and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in the one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle.
Aw, so cute. So they sent that early. It's supposed to be for Christmas episode. Speaking of which, by the way, there will be no episodes on the 26th and the 30th, but there will be a New Year's Eve stream if you guys want to come along. I'll just be looking back over the stupidest stuff that happened in 2024. I'll just go back through my notes and, you know, just cover like the weirdest stuff that happened this year. Right, more kitties. Right, our final cute animal video of the night. Do you need a horse cow? Is a question I have never asked.
Do you need a house cow?
Feel it, my sweet love. You've got a hold on me, oxygen, just like the air I breathe. You're the one who makes me wanna say simple melodies. You fill my heart. You say it's fine, don't be afraid. No need to worry about tomorrow or today. I know I can't control the way I'm feeling. Oh, can you feel it? My
Do you need a house?
That's the end of the show, bros. Thank you so much for coming. I will not be on Discord and Dragons tonight, but you should definitely go and watch it. Aiden Paladin and Raging Mandrill. I think are on. So it is sure to be a good time. I will be back on Thursday with another show and more Empire of Lies. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Let's just say a quick goodbye to the chat. On Rumble, Ivan the Horrible, Rat Fun King, J Chiva Loophole, Captain Crisps, Total Blackout Painting. Who else we got? Livia Drusilla, of course. Anybody else? I know there are some more people. I think Wyatt's Torture's in there. Kunstler Kenneth Krieg. Ivan the Horrible. Who else? Yiz, but I believe she's gone. I think that's everybody. Proper Pictures, of course. These people like halfway up the chat. How am I supposed to get to you? Playhead. And I think that's everybody. Thanks for coming. On YouTube, we have Glenn Llewellyn, Total Blackout Painting, Simon JJ, Linda Hunter. Anybody else? Anybody else? I know we had some like other people. Linda Hunter, Full Short. Wasn't there like another guy like something shade? Mark Whitehead. Who else? Well, I think that's as far up as I can scroll. Thank you so much for coming. And on Odyssey, we just had Smack Your Apocalypse. Good to see you, man. And I think that's it. And thanks again to all of the lurkers. I'll be back on Thursday for another Habbening TV. I hope you all have a lovely week. And, remember, stay frosty and stuff. I'll see you later. Good night, chaps.